When it comes to reaching your goals consistently, one of the hardest things can be effective time management. And I know we talk about time management all the time, right? We hear about time blocking and using planners and all those things. But today I want to be a little bit more specific, right? I don't want to talk about all the tools, but I want to talk about the mindset behind time management and what things you can start doing in order to see results and start feeling more confident in your ability to actually reach the goals that you set for yourself. Now, I'll be speaking more from my personal experience because that's usually all I know how to speak from. And then also I'll be giving you some insight into, what I've seen when I work with my clients as well and how we've worked together to help them get the most out of their results when it comes to growing their business online and also just reshaping their everyday habits that they want to change or pivot to become the best versions of themselves. So welcome back to another episode of Unedited, where we talk about all things sales, marketing, and mindset. I think I said that backwards. Sales, marketing, and mindset. Yes. Anyways, my name is Lauren Nelson. I am your favorite sales and marketing coach. And like I said, today we're talking about how to effectively manage your time. This is going to be very short and sweet because my biggest point that I'm going to be making to you today is always prepare for the worst. Now, when we go about, planning and setting goals for ourselves, it's easy for us to think very highly of ourselves at the moment. And at least when I used to plan my goals, that's how it was for me, right? I would be like, I only need a week to do this. I only need a couple hours. I can do this in a couple hours. And I wouldn't factor in the fact that there are some things in my life that I can't control, right? For example, I came back to Michigan from Ghana to spend some time with family. And a lot of things happen throughout my day that I can't necessarily plan for. For example, my sister, she gets a stomach ache. I need to tend to her. Or my mom, she wants me to come help cook dinner or do something like that. And so I have to go, find ways in my schedule to do that. Or if, I just want to spend time with family and there's different things that come up. If I don't take time to allow myself the space that I need in order to accommodate for the things that I cannot prepare for, then I'm setting myself up for failure. And that's the point that I want to share with you today. You need to make sure that when you are setting your goals, that you are giving yourself room to mess up. You're giving yourself room to maybe sleep in for 30 minutes. You're giving yourself room to figure some things out, because when you're taking the time to plan and to strategize for your business, sometimes things won't come to you immediately, right? If you're building out new products, sometimes you may need a little bit more space for some inspiration, and you can't really put a time on how fast you'll get inspired. Now you can focus on setting time to do the actions that will allow you the space to get inspired. For example, setting out 30 minutes in the morning just to meditate and journal. That's an action you can take, but you cannot really put a time on how fast those things will come to you. And I think that's probably one of the biggest takeaways from me as I'm continuing my journey to evolve as a business owner, is just allowing myself the space to be and to process and to go through that creative process and figuring out, okay, like, what are the next steps? What information do I need to provide? How much time do I need to give myself? And mind you, as you continue on this journey and as you get more consistent, you'll realize that there's a pattern. For me, I've learned that I don't usually get my intuitional hits. I don't get my inspiration when I'm just sitting and meditating, right? My meditation time and my journaling time allows me to free my mind and get out all the mental clutter. But most times I get my inspiration when I'm listening to educational videos. I get my inspiration when I'm reading, right? When I'm taking in new information, my brain transforms it into new ideas. And that is how I get inspired. And that is how I stay consistent with that. However, if I'm not taking the action and setting the space to meditate or journal in the morning, then that time I spend listening and reading won't be as effective as it would otherwise. So again, it takes time. It takes just some trial and error to, one, get to learn yourself and learn what your needs are and how much space do you need. And it'll also take a bit of reflection as well. I wouldn't have known that about myself if I wouldn't have done it consistently. And then also if I wasn't taking the time to journal about it and do my either daily or weekly reflections. And mind you, I don't always do daily reflections just because sometimes I go to bed and I'm really tired and I just don't feel like it. That is something I'm starting to work on, just to like come back at the end of the day and check in. However, weekly reflections 100%, have to, because you want to make sure that you're growing, but you won't know what went wrong unless you or you won't know how to be better if you don't focus on where are the areas of improvement for your life. So like I said, I wanted to keep this video really short and simple, but the main message that I want you to take away is that you need to give yourself the time and the space needed to achieve your goals. Yes, it's so easy to think just that we can be superwoman, superman, and accomplish everything we need to in one day, 1 hour. I know I sometimes still get caught up in that, right? Because I'm just so excited, like, oh yes, I can do this, this, this. I put like 6 things on my to-do list. I only have time to do 2 very well, right? And so it comes down to understanding, like, do we want quality or quantity? Especially in business sense, right? Like, do we want to make sure the work we're doing is really good, well thought through work that we can be proud of, that we want to show people, or do we just want to get stuff done, right? It's one thing to apply for, to open up a bank, but it's another thing to be developing a program. It's another thing to be brainstorming and, building out your business's foundation. So again, just be aware of what it is that you're doing, what tasks are needed to be completed on your list, and how much energy and effort should be put into each one so that not only can you get the best results, but you can provide the most amount of impact as well to your communities. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you are a coach or a service provider who uses their personal brand to sell online, and if you are struggling to sell online because you either lack confidence, you don't know how to create effective strategies, or you just don't know how to sell and market in general, I want to invite you to my upcoming sales training. It's completely free, and all you have to do to get started is by filling in the form down below, and you'll be sent a Zoom link to join us. The event is on January 20th, so I want to see you there. We're going to be getting a lot of gems. Guys, if you are completely new to selling online, this is the place you want to be. I'm giving you everything you need to know. This is a mini mastermind. It's an hour long. You're going to get all the main points that you need in order to start this year off strong for your business. So with that being said, go ahead and click the link down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in my next video. Bye.